I think we're going. Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome on in. Um, and I haven't done a stream in a while on the Direwolf20 pack. I looked and it was like episode 3 the last time I did this. But yeah, welcome on in. Today we're just gonna do some late night base cleaning. There's not really too much other pieces of agenda that I want to deal with today. Just kind of chill out for a little bit, play some of the Direwolf20 pack, and kind of get some things moved around. Because I've realized we've kind of just been going out that direction, and I kind of want to get some stuff figured out. So, I think first things first, let's kind of figure out where we want to move the AE2 crystal stuff to. So I've been actually working on this area, which is kind of like an entangled, a quantum. Well, I don't know why I keep calling it entangled, but quantum ring chandelier here. I've been working on that and getting the pattern providers and everything moved down. So we've got a little bit of stuff kind of figured out, but not really a whole lot. And we're not going to do any mod progression, but I kind of want to... Well, let's start here. Let's go small. Let's take this out. I know we'll use it, but I'm probably going to set up another location for it in the future, because I want to get into create teleporters and stuff sooner or later. And I think we'll kind of lead that with productive bees, which I think I want to hop into, I think, next episode, which is going to be Monday. I think we'll do that, but that will be... I think I want to try and get some gold bees and maybe automate creates precision mechanisms with those. That might be something to look at. Not 100% sure yet, but definitely something that we could take a gander into and see what we can find. But let's just toss all this stuff in here for right now. Let's toss the create wrench in there. Let's grab some grass. Perfect. What's next? Take out the cactus. We'll move the cactus. I definitely want to keep a cactus planted. Now let's just move it up here. I think, right? One block out. That'll be fine. Okay. I kind of want to figure out this. I kind of want to clear this hill out, which means that we'd have to move the wither kill box, the farm, or basically all these farms, and then the crystals, and then kind of just drop this hill, but I'm not sure. I think this is also a mess. So we've got a few things to kind of start looking at and taking out some stuff, right? And then we'll go over, if we have enough time, to kind of just mess with that area. But yeah, let's look at this. So, because this is not running on our AE2 system. Remember that. This is just purely being powered by energy acceptors. This is actually still using the advanced laser connectors. This is not even connected to our main network still. I didn't even remember that. But let's see. We have to find an area for this first before we move it. And I think I'll keep it the same way it is, but we might make some changes to it. And we may come back and, you know, change up the blocks and everything here, but for right now, not too worried about it. Okay, let's get some Feral Flare lanterns in here. At torch. We'll just drop one on the floor here real quick. Give me some stone. That'll work. And then let's go out. How many blocks did we go out here? Just 7? So there's 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So 7, 7. Fantastic. Okay. So that is... how big is this room? Because I think the back's kind of a weird shape. So 19 by 14. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Is that 19 by 19 now? I don't think I'm really concerned about it. I'm just curious. Yep, 19 by 19. We'll just do that. Toss all this away. Grab a couple stacks of stone. And what we'll do is we'll just get a building gadget. Just fill in these holes real quick. Okay. And then... I guess if we really wanted to, we could do exchange gadget. If we're really too worried about it, might as well. Just change up the floor. I don't really care about anything else. Okay, and then that should be a pretty decent enough area to get at least the crystal pieces down here. So I think what we're gonna do, I could totally integrate into Industrial Foregoing Souls into this, but I'm gonna hesitate on that for right now because I've been doing that way too much. And I probably won't do that as of current. Okay, let's quickly grab our measuring tape and press Control R to clear it out. So I completely forgot to do that. And let's go back up. So this is the portion we're taking out, right? Let's grab a couple cardboard boxes. I'll just quickly grab... how many? Just 4, I think is how much we need. So let's take this off. Didn't mean to do that. But that should give us a flawless crystal once we place this back down, so that's fantastic. We'll take this station. I think in the next episode we also need to automate Fluix crystals. Still have not done that. And there's actually a very simple recipe in here to do that. Which is the create mixing, which we'll probably do. Or we could look at Fluix bees. That might, actually, you know what? That might be a better option. Not 100% sure, though. We'll think about it. Okay. Do-do-do. Okay, and then the next one. This is the one that produces silicone, so this one's actually more complicated, but I think what we'll do is we'll probably go find another Fluix, or another Flawless Crystal or 5 or something, and get an independent silicone production one set up, and then go from there. So let's just take all this out. I just tossed that furnace away, so we'll pick that back out. Iron furnaces. So we've got... Do I have another backpack? I don't like throwing project stuff into my normal backpack. So everything we're getting from this, besides cobblestone, of course, we'll just toss in here. Make things just a little bit cleaner. Stone. You know what we could grab is the card holder. Where's that at? Right there. Just so that way we have them all kind of one spot. Nice and neat. Perfect. Okay, so ender chest. Ender chest. These are both the same ender chests. Ooh, that's gonna be a problem. I need another cardboard box. Sawdust. Let's just get 128. Just lock that in. Okay, so take this out, take this out. Grab our cardboard boxes out of here. But yeah, I think if we used Industrial Foregoing Souls, we could probably have at least 2 Wardens for all of the system, and probably just put a Soul Purge thing on each one of these growth accelerators, and I think that would speed it up, but I'm not sure. I mean, I could look, but I'm not going to, most likely, in this season, because I think that's just... We've been doing a little bit too much with it, and I don't want to keep putting new mobs down everywhere, because I think in total we have 2 wardens here, a warden under there, a warden in the nether, and I think a warden down here as well. See, and I can't even remember where all the wardens are. That's how many wardens we're getting, is we just have too many, which is probably not a good thing. So we'll just keep that probably a little bit more limited than what we have been. But yeah, this thing has not really been touched, besides what we did to get it into the AU2 system. The whole basic part of the system hasn't been touched that much. So we're still using our original Laser IO solar panel setup there. And I didn't even realize that. Is that the... Oh, yeah, that's just the void mining portal, or just the normal mining portal. It does that every once in a while, where it just spawns another portal. If you right-click it, it'll disappear, but I know it's a thing. It's a phantom portal, basically. Okay. One more cable there. Also, the cardboard box won't work for these. I forget that. It actually prevents you from doing it, I think, because they want you to use the packing tape from Sophisticated Storage, I believe. Do I have packing tape on me? I have 1 piece. Let's grab the other piece of packing tape, but I can show you what I mean by that with the cardboard box. So, yeah, it just doesn't work. It refuses. So, packing tape, it's pretty cheap, actually. Nothing too crazy, just a slime ball and paper. So, not too bad. I kind of wish it would work, just because then I could keep things consistent. But that's okay. Alright, so we're going down. Let's get this all set back up. But I hope everybody's doing fantastic today. I know it's, well, tonight, because it is pretty late. But, you know, that's alright. So let's get... So I kind of want to try and figure this out just a little bit more. So I know we have... Our base is the growth accelerators, right? So we're going to have... How big is this wall? So growth accelerator, space, growth accelerator. No, because we need to place a cable between those. So there, right? Because you need to have a middle channel to pull your cable. Then you're going to have a growth accelerator here. So yeah, place that there. Growth accelerator, growth accelerator, growth accelerator, growth accelerator. There as well. So that's going to actually poke out. Okay. Mining laser. We'll just push this back another block. We'll just building gadget it. Let's turn this on to Silk Touch as well. Just so we actually don't have to grab more blocks out every time. Did I just put all my stone away? Where is my pocket storages? That might help us. Where are they at? Blocks and ores. So we're not just spamming my inventory as well. Okay. So push this back. there, block there, these, and then block there, place that, block there, place that. So there's our crystal growth accelerators. Of course, we need to get the cables placed. That's not too terrible of placement. I don't know. Do I want to place them like this? That'll be fine. The problem is there's no real better way to do this. That's the problem. Then we can just go down. And then we just need to do the side. I mean, I guess technically we could facade these, but it still doesn't help that much. Okay, and then we just need the back. So we'll just cut through here real quick. Okay. Unless we push it back further. I mean, we could. I'm not really opposed to doing anything right now. I'm kind of just trying to think. So if we do push this back, interesting. I really don't like the fact that this thing has a GUI on it, but it's like the only thing that can insta-break cables and everything else. Kind of throws you off, doesn't it? Because I don't think create wrenches can they? Oh, it can. Haha, fantastic. Okay, let's do one more thing here real quick. Which is push this wall back one more. And then that way, we should be able to get rid of the cable. Being close to that wall. So let's do... Okay. I don't think... Yeah, this ain't gonna be that bad. I just want to make sure that I'm placing this right. Let me just like start with the fresh canvas so I know what I'm actually doing here. So the crystals here. So growth accelerator, growth accelerator, growth accelerator, growth accelerator, growth accelerator. So boom, 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 boom. And then 1 over. So there, 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 and there. And then that should be perfect. I wish this actual room was high enough, but I'm too afraid to go up higher because I think I might run into something. But that's okay. We'll just put it on the other wall. Okay. So then we could get the cables figured out here. So cable... Just run this up the middle. And now we could facade this to make this look better too. And we just kind of need cables here. And of course, since we have stone here, we won't need to facade this side. Okay. And then just the back portion, right? Yeah, see, because I'm like really close to this wall now since I pushed that in, but that's okay. I mean, actually, we could probably... If this was the white chest, I think the white chest is actually right over here, isn't it? If we're in range, we actually may be able to use that white chest, but I don't think we are. So we'll just kind of ignore it. Okay. Stone facades. So just anchors. 4 anchors. And then stone. And then we'll just do this. And I got those, right? We just need to come out this way. Okay, so stone, stone, stone. There. And then, of course, with the network tool, you can actually see where your facades are being transparent. That's what this thing was that I was clicking earlier. You can actually make it to where you can see through them, which is actually pretty cool. And I didn't know it actually worked in the hotbar, so that's actually pretty nifty as well. Okay, and then, oh wait, I guess we don't really need those there, do we? Okay, can you get rid of the facade for me instead of taking out the cable? You cannot for some reason. Okay, let's get that gone. So stone, stone, and then piece of stone. Perfect. Okay, so now what we should be able to do is get our Certus quartz, flawless Certus quartz. Place that here, place that here. Okay. And then I think what we're going to try and do is a little bit different. Maybe, if I can get this to work. I'm actually going to try and use pedestals. Just a little bit here, because I kind of want to mess with these. The only issue I think I have with pedestals is there's no real pickup upgrade with the actual upgrades. I wish that the breaking upgrade picked it up immediately, is what I'm saying. So at pedestals, for example, block breaker, I wish this picked up its breaks. But there's no way to do that. Right? Which sucks. I wish that it was kind of consistent like that. But like the because there's the breakers, which actually I think one of these has fortune on it. Now that one's Certus quartz dust. But there's no way to tell this thing to break multiple. But with the pedestal, we could tell this to break multiple, right? So that's kind of what I'm thinking. And maybe what we can do is kind of have this set up to where it's all kind of in the wall, maybe. So like pedestal here, right? That's our breaker. Let's see. So pedestal here. This could be our breaker. And this one we'll just say is the fortune. Okay. So with that, we're probably going to need some more levels. I probably should, for the time being, pull my mana gen off of XP. So I actually need XP. So what I'm going to... you know what? Let's not pull anything off of that. Let's just pull a spawner off of it. So let's go down here. Let's just toggle this off. Okay. So that way, this spawner is actually picking up XP. Just because I need it. Genuinely, I need XP from that. And I haven't had any because the Rosa Arcanas are taking it off. So let's, fix that. And then come back over here. Because the Fortune, we could actually get Fortune 5. Which I only have Fortune 3 on my own pickaxe, which is kind of funny. But Fortune... can be crafted with this. 3 emeralds, 9 lapis lazuli, but it's 27. Let's try and get some book and quills. I don't think I've actually showed you guys the actual enchantment chest in a minute either, have I? So the insanity that this chest is, like we have 328 step heights, 568 magnet ones, or 560, 501 projectile protections. Like, it's nuts. I probably should start voiding a lot of that stuff. But I'm not doing that right now. So, yeah, enchantments go insane. So that's pretty awesome. let's see here. So I think the problem is, of course, the books are always being drawn. So let's just look for books. Craft 1,000 of them. See if I can snag one. I really just need to turn that enchantment system off, but I just haven't done that. Interesting. Insert enchanted books to prevent them from appearing in the table. That is actually kind of interesting. I didn't know that was a thing. Okay, let's go find where these books are being made so I can actually use a handful. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then grab some lapis out of here. And some emeralds. And an iron pickaxe. This is a efficiency. I don't need efficiency, I need fortune. Let me quickly... Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at one thing real quick. Just gonna throw this into a Discord server real fast. The stream. Kind of forgot to. Okay. And then I'm going to close that out. Alright. So, let's get the books here. 1, 2... See, and I'm out of XP again. I really need to figure out something. Those Rosa Arcanas are great, but I might need to change that Botania mana generation. I think once we get into productive bees enough, we're probably going to turn those off anyway. Genuinely. Like all the orchid stuff. I think I'm probably going to try and get all of it into productive bees. But the orchid was nice to look at. It's just, you know, I don't think it's overall the greatest flower, just because it's kind of crappy on the way it works, I think, with how coal is the most prevalent. Especially because you have to get so far into Botania. And it's kind of not really that rewarding in a sense. I don't know. That kind of sounds correct to me, but not at the same time. I also feel like it doesn't generate all of the base or all the ores you should need in modded Minecraft, and there probably should be a toggle for that if it detects other ores. But, you know. 1. There we go. And then we just need to combine these. Fortune 5. Okay. And so this side over here is going to be that. We probably need to get our energy acceptor up and going. Energy acceptor. Perfect. We're just going to break a cable here. So we're going to place this here. Grab a flux point. Perfect. One of these days I'll rename that that channel, but probably not. Probably not for a while. Okay, so those should be golden, right? There should be shooting. All of the power. There we go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab our Silk Touch pickaxe because I don't have any any of the actual full clusters anymore. So let's speed this up. Okay, so Certus Quartz Cluster. Actually, I need to keep this in the world, right? Because I want to do a filter from Maulib. Remember, it's not pedestals, it's Maulib. Mal, if I can type, L-I-B. There we go. And then we're going to do filter base, which requires that tool, which is right here. So there, and then the item stack filter, which is that, and the block filter, which is that, and then We're going to put in our offhand, right click, that'll add that filter, and then, I guess, yeah, offhand with that too. Okay, so then we want a breaker upgrade, which, by the way, we can just throw our pickaxe in here right now. It won't affect anything. Work area, might want to do that too. I'm just thinking right now, by the way. Actually, we have a location card in here. Let's clear that. So there and there and there. And then now we can grab the pedestals upgrade, which is the block breaker. And then let's get obsidian. 1, 2, 3, 4. Diamonds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go upgrade this real fast. And I think the biggest thing is that I'm not completely moving this just 100% like it was, is honestly because we've progressed through so many mods that I think there's a lot better options out there than what we just used in the beginning. And so, you know, might as well do this. We've kind of already went over a lot of this stuff kind of fundamentally throughout the pack already through the episodes. And so I'm not too worried about a lot of this stuff being shown on an episode. You know, people come and watch this episode or this live stream, and they can. That's fine. But you know, okay. And I think what we can do is, instead of doing anything too complicated, we're gonna put the breaker there, and we can then just grab an item collector. Advanced item collector. You know what? Hold on. Okay, I lied. I might do something that we haven't done in any episode. But we're going to check this out here real quick. So I want to get the storage drawer here. How big is this area? So this actually would reach out there by default. But if we actually throw an upgrade in here, let's see, right click, throw a range upgrade in there. So that is almost big enough because I want it to reach over there. Can we... We could. Smithing. Netherite. Let's see if we can get this far enough out that we could actually use drawers instead of needing to do storage buffers or anything. And we may do storage buffer, but just might not be as complicated with the redstone and stuff. So this will upgrade it to 8 blocks. Okay, so we are just a little bit off. I don't know how high you can upgrade the stuff to this, though. I will keep that in mind. Is that I don't know, but I would assume since there's 4, you could probably do a pretty decent range. So let's give it a shot here. The second range upgrade. Holy crap, that is massive. That's a little bit much. And that actually goes up as well. Pretty decent chunk. Okay. I mean, that's fine. Genuinely fine. So now what we should be able to do is actually take these two guys, take out their redstone, and we can probably put another set of drawers there or with something else, and that'll be fine. So we're setting up this, but I think what we want to try is probably setting this here, and then item collector. I guess we could actually just do a puller. I don't need to do anything fancy. Yeah, right there. Perfect. Honestly, I didn't even know if we could actually put item collectors on the side of blocks like that. Kind of, I only think I ever put them on the top, honestly. So what we want to make sure is we're whitelisting this. And let's throw our breaker upgrade in here. Okay, and then let's make sure... kind of lower that range. That's perfect. Okay, and then just for sanity's sake, demag. There we go. Where did that demag go? There it is. And just increase that range to 4 and 4. And we'll just turn the whitelist on to this. But then this way, it should also, once this is full, once we get the puller upgrade, we actually won't have to worry about filling it. I guess we really should probably put a check on this, but I think we've tried this before, right? The entangled block method. I thought we've tried this. Maybe we could try it again. Inventory. I think my inventory checkers are in here, aren't they? Not the right one. Nope, I think I just put the other one away. No? Do I just have 2 of them for some reason? There we go. Okay, so that would work. And all we would need to do is basically do... kind of get under here. Actually, I don't even think that'll work. Because that cable's there. Well, we could reroute the cable. Just push it back 1. Just like that. And then... inventory checker. Rotate using the create wrench. And then entangled block. So that should stop it from breaking it. Right? Okay. And then if we wanted to, we could say, you know what, we want 80,000. And that'll work. Okay. And actually, I think what we could do is if we wanted to get rid of this item collector, probably put it under the ground right there. I mean, it's kind of seeable, but that's okay, in my opinion. Perfect. That is definitely a lot cleaner than the older system. And I think this works pretty well. I mean, it's not the greatest, right? That's the biggest thing. It definitely could be better. But I mean, compared to what we had, it's out of the way. So we don't have to worry about it. The next thing, I guess, is really getting the next portion of it, right? Which is the Stardust Quartz. Stardust Quartz, huh? Trying to think. There's multiple ways we could do this. We could mimic this, basically. But the issue that I'm having, that I'm thinking of, is silicone, right? What would it require? Hold on. How English. So we could use an inscriber to break it down. Milling stones, we could use a charger, a crusher, a sag mill. Because I'm kind of thinking, what if we just kind of scratch that off, right? What if we just don't do another system? Because, I mean, like, genuinely, there is a ton of crystals in here. And this thing is going to be pretty decent, nevertheless. And if we were to just toggle this to 25,000, it would stop breaking. And all we... Actually, I'm kind of thinking, what if we just... Well, actually, I don't think we can toggle off the puller upgrade, can we, though? No. That would actually be pretty cool, if we could toggle that. But I don't think we can. So what if we just do the following? So with the drawer that is Certus Quartz Dust, we have that sitting here with the silicone drawer on top. Also, the silicone production over on the other side is broken. We have to remember that. And if we grabbed a crusher from Mechanism, can we grab a basic? I kind of want to try and get an advanced tier, but I also kind of want to try and get a higher tier than that. But we really haven't set up auto crafting too much with the way of Mechanism. So I'm thinking entangled block there, and then another one actually over here, because we're going to have two crushers there and there that are going to output right. And I'm just kind of thinking of this. I'm not fully, completely 100% sold on this just yet, just so you guys are aware. But if we were to do that, and okay, we're not able to pull directly from that. Okay, so that's an issue, which we can kind of address. At pipes, let's actually do an ultimate or universal. Because what we can do is we can actually pull power as well. So we can kill two birds with one stone here. Don't really know why we're killing birds, but hey. And grab pipe upgrades. Right, those should be able to go in here. Are we just not able to pull? What is this thing doing? Oh, it's because I messed up. So we actually may be able to do the storage, or the entangled blocks up there, but that's fine. Actually, I don't think it is. Because if I wanted to put... What I want to do is I want to put a smelter. Well, actually, I don't know if I want to do that now or not. going to turn that off. Because, I mean, we could just pipe out and then have silicone right here. Just a little bit further up. But we will have an exposed pipe, which I really don't want. But, oh well. I think we're fine. And then that way we could put a smelter here, or a furnace. Doesn't really have to be a smelter. A furnace here and here to then do this better. And then at functional. Oak. I need to get some requesters. I think in an episode or two we'll look into that too. So I always have planks and stuff on hand. Be pretty nice. Copper, gold, that's fine. And then we're just going to toggle this pipe. And then we'll have iron furnace. Probably just get up to obsidian tier. I know I have one netherite furnace, though, so I might just keep going to get to netherite with just one of them. So I do have that in this backpack with a speed augment and a factory augment. See, we're already out of paper from the book making. I really need to figure that out. I probably just need to stop the production of books for a while. Okay, and then set that there, set that there, clear all sides, input right, output top, and I think what we can do is actually have pipes here as well. So we'll do that, 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 clear this, and then input, output, and then we're just going to do speed, factory, auto split on. We just need to make sure that we have power. I don't want to put anything in there. So let's grab at pipes. And let's just do, let's change this up a little bit here. Okay. The only problem is now power. What am I doing? Thinking. So I really don't want to use these universal pipes that much. Crap. Taking too many things out with me, apparently. And let's just do it. We'll keep it that way. And I'll just put another flux point back here. More flux points than I probably need, but oh well. Okay. Make sure we just put pipe upgrade. Come on, pipe upgrade. There we go. And then at flux. And then this there. Is that not working? Oh, it's probably because I have to turn this on, right? That might help. Just maybe. Okay. So that is crushing, silicone, and probably a pipe upgrade to put on all these. And then round robin. Can I not reach that flux point from here? Oh, I just completely and utterly cleared that out. Whoops. Okay, so we're going to definitely need some speed upgrades from mechanism. I really need to get automating mechanism. And energy upgrades. So boom, boom. And this is a gold upgrade. So that's 32,000. I don't think that's actually the original chest. Well, actually, yeah, the chest is right here. That's probably the reason. And there's still a whole bunch of Certus quartz in here. Let's drop that on the ground real quick. Do. Okay. Let's see. So that was most of them. That's definitely not the right drawer. It's because it's well, it might be right here, but I doubt that too. What did I do with it? Did I lose that drawer maybe? I don't know. So at functional, let's get that going. Let's get copper, gold. We'll go one tier ahead, which is diamond. Perfect. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to be out of Certus Quartz dust until that point, which I don't know if I want to do it this way then, because if we're going to keep constantly running out, that might be an issue. I don't know, I thought this would be an interesting idea, but it doesn't seem like it might pan out that well. I need to get these things, like, emptied out. Probably do that later. Okay, so this drawer is going to link there, that drawer, that drawer. Certus Quartz. Yeah, so we only have like 68,000 Certus Quartz, which we're probably going to need more of this. So we'll just do 80,000. Okay, and this is cruising, but we're probably going to need a second one. Probably an elite tier anyway. Advanced tier, elite tier, somewhere around there. We'll get to that. And maybe I'll set up the other crystal growth accelerators off camera. Yeah, because there's still quite a bit of Certus Quartz in there. Goodness. Okay, so the rest of this... I'll probably have to clear out. The, of course, Flawless Budding Certus Quartz. I'll probably make another setup over there with Certus Quartz, just off camera. Probably get rid of this. So I'm not going to keep moving on to this. I think we're going to move on to something else. And, yeah, I mean, we'll just let it operate until it either fills up or I get to clearing it out. Okay, so I think what we're going to try to do is figure out where the land ends. Hey, how you doing, Kevin? Okay, so it's right there. So we probably should remove the tree farm, sugarcane farm, and I think that's probably the best idea for right now is just those. None of this stuff is overly complicated, so that's a plus. Before we take out that tree farm, we probably need to take out the crafting card for books. But that will cause issues if I'm not quick enough. Because we have too many items coming out of that skeleton farm. Toggle the skeleton farm off probably is the best idea. But I hope you're doing well, Kevin. I do. Having a wonderful Saturday. It's Sunday for me right now, actually. I just realized what time it was. Okay, let's take this out. Is there anything under this? No. I have efficiency 5 on this thing. It never feels like it. Genuinely. Kind of feels slow a lot of the times. See, it feels slow on 90% of things but dirt. Dirt's one of those things that breaks easily anyway, so... What am I doing? Could just do building gadget. Just get rid of all the water. Alright. We'll come back to rebuilding that in the future. And then now, let's go turn off our books. Which is turning off the skeleton farm. Let's see, the skeleton farm is what I just passed. So it's this one. Actually, this one's off. Okay, it's because I have to be having some other farm that has no blocks or something. No? Okay, now it's off. I'm not sure what that was. Maybe I just missed it. That's okay. Okay, so that's off. So we can now completely not have to worry about books draining our wood supply. Okay. So let's get this turned off, which is right here. If I can get in here. And I think if we turn this back, if we put this back up, we're probably going to grab an electric motor. Okay. Do we have a builder just idling? Actually, I think we do. It's just not here. Oh, did this thing never recharge fully? Well, we can steal the other one then. Where's my waystone? Which is this one. Let's go /home. And then let's just add these to our main. So this is actually powering nothing anymore, or at least it shouldn't be. So we actually should be able to take these solar panels and everything down. Let's put the saplings away. Looks like we still have one connector somewhere in the world. Which is fine. Hopefully it's not powering anything vital. Because I've just disconnected it for a minute. So I'm actually going to go back over here. Make sure there's no efficiency upgrades in any of these, because they will just immediately get destroyed. They don't pop out or anything once you use them for crafting. And then we have this solar panel. Okay. And let's see if we can use these to get the next piece that we need. We can toss these in here too. Oh, that was actually pretty quick. So 2 of those. Fantastic. And I'll just throw these back over here. What am I looking for? This. And I actually want to toggle this side on. Just so that way we have it. And then let's do this. Nope, we want to push. And then on the back side, we want to pull. So we kind of have a little bit of a buffer. Okay. So I think we're golden. So let's go back and use this builder to flatten this whole area. So the builder should be able to go... We're just going to cut this portion off for now, and then we'll come back and we'll probably move this wither box. So place that here. Place a chest here. Do that. That is a flux plug, not a flux point. So at flux networks. Okay, so we're going to grab the Clearing Fortune Quarry. So we're going to go up about yay high. I think that should work a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to clear. Now select first corner. And then go over this direction. So we can find where that ending block is. Is at the same level. So we're on Y level 71. So we just want to be on Y level... There we go. I hope that's right. If not, I'll do a building gadget to get it back to normal. Okay, and then just toss that in there. Start. Yeah, it's lower than it should be. Should have been on 72, but that's fine. Oh well. Okay. Yeah, it's off to the races. Nothing too insane. We probably still need to clear this out, don't we? I haven't done that yet. So this has just been sitting down here. Oh, hey, there's 350 levels in here. Retrieve. Yeah, we need to clear out most of this, but some of it we can actually take with us. I wish there was like a clear button here by the NBT data instead of having to just completely erase it. But I think... Yeah, because you can't even toggle that to be ignore NBT, so that does suck. Let's just grab... I think for the most part, a lot of this stuff can just be thrown in directly into the system. There's still quite a bit of Ender Pearl stuff in here that I completely forgot about. Trying to drop stuff on the ground, that did not work. Where's the demag coil? There it is. Okay, and then just take all the rat stuff. I think the rest can really just go in the trash. So what we'll do is we'll just change this out for a fresh one. And that'll void everything. Perfect. And that is clear. Oops. Did not mean to do that. My bad. Okay, so back up here. Place down dirt. Place down this mega torch because I don't want things spawning over here. That's probably there for a good reason. Okay, but that's cleared. One thing at a time here, right? Okay, so yeah, this was one layer off. But that is okay. We will just fix it. So what I probably want to do is just come in here and we can cover that staircase up for now and just kind of create an outline, if that makes sense, to then just building gadget it back to where it was. Somewhat where it was, at least. May not look pretty, Because I'm placing the blocks, but that's okay. As long as we're back on the same layer, I think it'll be fine. Okay, and then what we're going to do is just grab our building gadget and building gadget back a large portion of this, but I think I'm too far out. I do wish there was building gadget, like, building gadget upgrades, so you could actually increase range and stuff. That would actually be pretty nifty, if we could increase the range of the building gadget. Yeah, because, like, right here, it's too much. Gonna have to, like, create a hill or something towards the warehouse, though. It's gonna look a little funny with that cliff part. Can we touch that side still? Nope. Okay, so we'll just keep going out. This ain't too bad. And I know, just talking about channel stuff here real quick, I know I'm going to try and maybe release a couple shorts to see about kind of just seeing what they're like. I think I've done at least one, but I don't think it was ever done properly, so it doesn't even register as a short, which I think is kind of funny from what I could see. But I'm trying to still nail down some ideas, but I think Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I want to try at least releasing 3 during the week on one day, like one a piece for those 3 days, to see if there's any traction. But the problem is like coming up with something interesting to even do them about. So that's an issue, but that's a thing. Okay, so I think since we've got this cleared down, we probably should be able to put the tree farm back, but I want to probably put it back in a corner over here, just because why not? To just get it out of the way, because it's always going to be there. Yeah, I think we could just throw it down here. So we had a mechanical bearing, radial chassis, and then this is the problem. I can't ever remember. Is it the deployer first or the mechanical saw? I don't know. Let's go for it. Let's just do it. You know how long it's been since I've actually made this farm? Man, we are 50 episodes in. That is nuts. I always think it's kind of just nuts how many episodes I've done. It genuinely, it just baffles me every time to think about that. Why don't we just do an elevator? What are we doing? We're acting like we live in the medieval age or something here. We got electricity, baby. Let's go. There it is. Which I don't think this actually does anything right now, right? Yeah. Which is fine. It's exactly what I just wanted to have this set down. And I think we can set a lever down, which turns it off. Fantastic. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to need to get super glue. Do that here. And then saw. And then that should give us that highlight. And this should only be 6. Because there is an end piece here, which we did forget, which is the portable storage interface. We can set this down and just set it over on the other side. Don't matter. Okay, and that should be golden, covered. And then we're just going to do super glue, super glue, super glue. To then have our iron chests back on top. Okay, and then that should be everything. We just need to get the shooting stuff set down, right? That is going so fast, and it didn't carry the chest. Oh, that is hilarious. I don't know why I just laughed, but genuinely that caught me off guard with how fast this was going. It's because I forgot to super glue them, by the way. I super glued the actual parts together. So like that, I needed to do this. That was my bad. And also, let's grab some saplings. Perfect. Whee! I need to inverse the saws. Okay. Can't remember which direction this goes, but that's fine. So that is my bad. So let's take out these pieces. So it is deployers down first, and then the saws are behind them. Okay. So we should still be golden. Let's knock all these saplings out of the way so we don't drag them. And then let's make sure that our super glue still attached. Perfect. And this is still set to 6. I did not set the filters. I'm going to keep doing that, by the way. I accidentally keep forgetting one thing at a time here. I tell you, it's been quite a while since I built this, genuinely. Okay. And what we can do is come down here, and we can toggle this to be lower. So this little white box right there, and we could just say 10. We don't need it to be that high. Yeah, that weird placement that I just did. Okay, but that's right. I'll throw some saplings in there. So the portable storage interface, the other one is going to go... I think it's going to hit me right here, right? Okay, so out this way. So ender chest needs to go into the ground, because then we're going to put the chute on top of it just because it's faster. And then portable storage interface. Oh, actually, hold on. Dirt. So portable. Diamond chest, chute. Okay. And then just ender chest. I mean, I guess I could actually technically have the ender chest right here, couldn't I? I don't think there's an issue with that. And this is all the same chunk. So then we can just slap a chunk loader on this. We'll just set it downstairs. Press C, make sure that's chunk loaded. Perfect. We don't really need an elevator either. I was kidding about that. We can just fly in and out of the hole. I'm not too concerned. Okay, so there's that. That is good. That is completed. So we shouldn't have to worry too much about anything in the way of wood. It's just this is, of course, going to take some time to grow. And that's fantastic. Okay. Next thing. Next thing. Let's go take out this dirt pillar. It's going to bug me. Wither kill box. Oh, do I want to tear this thing down? I have to remember how I built that thing. I think I remember how I built the wither kill box. But I probably want to move that where? Because I want to have a spot for it. And I want it to be over in the overworld, right? Still. I mean, really, we could just move it down. Kind of keep it exactly where it's at. And there's something satisfying about just like how fast this breaks. Okay, we just need to clear this out, which is building gadget. Actually, you know what I could do? I have the energized sponge. Haha. That thing is so fun. So fantastic. I think genuinely any other packs I play, I hope they have this energized sponge mod, the simple sponge, because it is just, it's so much easier with removing fluids from the world. Like, yeah, I don't get the fluids, but honestly, if I'm trying to remove them, like, in mass, oh, it is so nice. But yeah, when it comes to stone, it's the least satisfying thing. Could I, can I do something real quick? How do you make a maximum size beacon? Can I, like, genuinely, just for a second, I want to build a beacon. I've never done this in modded Minecraft, I don't think. For, like, actual use. It's always for, like, either the Gaia Guardian or something. I don't think that's it. I think it's like this, isn't it? Like, you've got the 3 on the top, and then it kind of branches down. I feel like I've lost basic vanilla Minecraft logic throughout the years because I don't play it enough. It's probably a good thing I don't play it enough because I probably hate this game more than I already do. Is that bad that I don't like Minecraft? Like, okay. It's weird for a content creator to say they don't like Minecraft while playing Minecraft, but it's the truth. I genuinely over the years have grown sick of Minecraft, like just how they operate, because of course it's a company making money now. It's not, you know, there for the um, actual enjoyment of the game. Like, yeah, the developers probably enjoy developing the game, but it is strictly money. Like everything, if there's an option to make more money, they're gonna do it. Um, I mean, that's, you know, Minecraft, Marketplace, and all that stuff for Bedrock. And it's like, I do think that creators should be able to make money out of their creations, right? Same thing with mod developers, which is like CurseForge, Modrinth, all that stuff, which is fantastic. But the thing is the low effort mods really won't get that much traction, you know. But like Marketplace stuff, like when they made the Aether crap from the people just stealing things, like basically stealing the concept and throwing it on there. It's like, you know, they made quite a bit of money out of that because people want it. But it's just, there's no vetting, really. I mean, there's not that much on CurseForge either, but it's, you know, still crappy. Okay, I guess we really didn't need that excessive of a beacon, but that's okay. I think I could make it one higher tier, right? Or is this high enough? Let's see if this works. Oh, yeah, there we go. Now we're cooking with some grease. Is that the right saying? Now we're cooking with fire? Cooking with grease? What is the actual say? What? Okay, anyway. But yeah, I feel like over the years, Minecraft has just become really monetization. I don't think they care as much about Java as they do Bedrock. But honestly, let me be honest. Java as a fundamental just code base is garbage, even with Bedrock. Like, I know that's been a talk for a long time with how buggy Bedrock is, but genuinely, it's not something that I feel like a lot of people could play for years upon years like Java Edition. Even though Java has a lot of issues and performance issues after quite a long time, it does have stability. Like, I mean, yeah, you have to, if you travel millions of blocks, of course, and load millions of chunks, yeah, there becomes issues, but it's not as bad as Bedrock. And I'm honestly, I haven't ever really looked into any updates on that, where it's like you could just fall through the world after a certain point of traveling in Bedrock. But it's like Java, you know you're not going to fall through the world and just lose all your progress, right? This, at least, is a little bit more stable. And with mods, of course, it's become more stable because people actually care about, you know, making quality of life improvements, unlike Mojang has in the recent years. And I will say they have been doing pretty decent on some of them, because playing from 1.7 to 1.20, you can feel the difference. But it's just, it shouldn't take that many versions to feel a difference. You know? Oop. And I guess I can take that out, it don't matter. The only real problem is actually going to be making sure the settings of the entity detector, block placement of the entity detector, because that's your main component to this thing. So... Oh, but I hope everybody's doing fantastic tonight. I know it's been an interesting 2024 so far. Okay, is that to the level? No, one more. Alright, so we're gonna have to take out the Ad Astra, not Ad Astra, Ars Nouveau stuff as well. Okay. I didn't think about that, but we'll do it. I probably need to figure out a spot for this stuff, like building an actual location for it. I genuinely just kind of, for some reason, this season, I've kind of just been struggling with placement of things. Like, I genuinely don't know what it is, But I haven't really been like, oh, let's build a building like I usually have been. I've just kind of been placing things, and I mean, you guys can of course see that. And I'm not sure why. I kind of just, I mean, that's the only building I've built, and this thing isn't even really used that much. It's still got a pretty decent chunk of space we could be using. That's alright. We'll get there. It's kind of what this episode's about, is kind of getting stuff moved. Kind of making our base a little bit more usable. Because I know we're going to need a decent chunk of space for anything with productive bees as well. You know, I was thinking the other day, uh, I've been seeing a lot of YouTubers quitting, right? Just like genuinely giving it up, and it's interesting. I know I just saw today that Moo, one of the Vanoss crew, is kind of stopping YouTube because he wants to take care of himself and his family, and it's just like, I mean, genuinely, that's a great reason, but it makes you think: is YouTube that worth it? Because, like, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, you gotta realize when you're doing YouTube, you're gonna have to sacrifice a lot. And with, like, for him specifically, for people in the Vanoss crew, you have to realize you have people that are not in America. So not in the same time zone, not anything like that. Which becomes, like, late nights where you're gonna have to be up streaming or recording with those people because you kind of, you know, you want to play with them, right? You want to genuinely have the ability to play with them. And once you realize that, hey, you're up till, you know, 5 6 a.m. Every night or almost every day, that would genuinely be mentally and physically hard on anybody, right? And I feel like if they never met, then I don't think their channels would be as big. So it's kind of one of those things, like, you know, they're your good friends. You love playing with them. You know, they make great content together. But it's just like, at the end of the day, that's also one of the biggest problems, is that they're all out of the country, or several of them don't live in the United States, and so it becomes difficult. And it's just like, man, that would be something. But you don't think about that, right? You don't think about a lot of those channels that record with people that are, you know, across the pond. You know, like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye. A lot of the times, it's just like they don't play together because they live so far away. And it's like, oh man, imagine having to, like, stick to a schedule where you constantly record with those people. And it's like, I understand it's worth it because a lot of people love that kind of content, but people don't realize that it's a lot harder to just be able to record stuff like that. I feel like that's something a lot of people don't think about. It's like, oh, I'd love to collaborate with people and things, but you have to realize, if those people are in your time zone, it's going to be a lot more stressful and a lot more difficult on anybody involved. And it's not me, like, you know, speculating. It's just genuinely true. And I feel like it's one of those things that people don't understand as well. And it's just like, after a while, it would be taxing. Very, very much so. Okay, how are we moving this? So what I think I want to do is kind of take out the bottom half of this box. Not the layer with the redstone on it, because I need to copy that, basically. So we're going to move the partial part of the box and then go from there. So we're just going to move it probably to the ground. Yeah, I honestly kind of forget that exists. Yeah, because I know what I've used that before, but yeah. You know what? Let's just let's throw that in our arsenal. Let's get that charged up, just so we have it in case I do more of this. I think I actually need to take out more terrain in the future, So yeah. Honestly, you know how much time that would have saved me? I feel like an idiot. Hold on. I've been trying to clear terrain down here. In these corners. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, the copy-paste gadget. The copy-paste gadget might work, but the thing is with this is there's a lot of intricate parts, and I don't think they would copy properly. With this box, maybe, but the box ain't too hard. Also, I just love the sounds. But how you doing, Evan? I hope you're doing well. Man, that is so much fun. I love breaking things with haste. It's just so much fun. Okay, so we're gonna try. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Let's see. Okay, so with the wither would be standing here. So 2 blocks down, glass. So this is his chamber. I hear lava. It's probably pretty faint, but I keep hearing it. So it's around, but I don't know where, because I have not seen lava. Oh, yeah, I don't have kids. I just have dogs. And they aren't mine, they're my brother's. So yeah, I mean, I understand. It's not great waking up with, you know, early, especially Saturdays, Sundays, all that stuff. But hey, spend as much time as you can with them. I know that's, it's an important thing in life, that's for sure. Don't know why this just got really serious all of a sudden, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, good morning. I hope your morning's good other than that. Getting woken up. Okay, let's get the building gadget, because I am not doing this. Also, the building gadgets too, I'm just loving the fact that it doesn't break this glass anymore. I'm glad it actually connects properly and everything. Okay, so we're gonna say center, 1, 2, 3, wither head. Okay, so that's 1 block out. Place, 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 place. And then this. Perfect. So that's how high we're going. Yeah, a lot of the times, by the way, I don't calculate what I'm actually building. Just kind of guess. Like this one, just build a, you know, artificial wither like that, and you'd be pretty good on figuring out how to cage this guy. Oh yeah, because I don't have the top layer. I can trim off this layer under. And we can just grab more. Yeah, I got a little bit more. Fantastic. And we probably could just simplify this. If I wanted to, I could probably just go make a wither builder. I don't want to do that really. I don't know. I've done it so many times. I don't know if I want to do it that way this season. Just kind of keep it this way. I feel like this works well enough to not really need to be replaced. Okay. Perfect. So the next thing we need to do is basically transfer everything. And one thing, I actually probably need to place this back down. Hold on. Because we need to change the location cards in the pedestals. Which is probably something we should do here real quick. So let's get at Malib, at pedestals. Where is that tool? There's the linking tool. So it should be in here. So there's the filter tool. F3G. So let's get work cards. So this is the skull one. So this is the work area. So we don't have locations, but still. So clear there to there. One more time, just make sure. Okay. So that should be good. Pick this up. So this only has a speed of 10, which is fine. So place that there, question mark? Well, the Rosa Arcanas aren't actually AFKing. I don't know if you... I don't know how much you've seen that video, but these are actually just... They go by themselves with this like XP experience fountain dropping mana. So you don't need to be near this at all. Actually, I haven't been over here in a while. Let me see how much mana we actually have. Looking for my Wand of the Forest. There it is. Yeah, actually, that is almost 500,000. 500,000. Holy crap. I didn't even think about... Yeah, that's almost 500,000 mana. And I think I've only got 2 of them running for the last little while. Yours is AFKing. Definitely look at getting those experience things. Those experience fountains. If you can. If you have ways of getting XP. Because, man, it is fantastic. Also, if you have a time in a bottle or Industrial Foregoing Souls, you could technically speed up how much experience they pull from you. That's another thing that I've learned. That is so much fun. I love Industrial Foregoing Souls. I'm not going to lie. It's such a fantastic thing to mess with. Because it's absolutely broken. Just absolutely broken. Okay, so we're doing this. And then taking this chest. So we're going to take that, turn that on, just so it doesn't actually activate. The Terra Shatterer? Man, I have not actually looked at that tool in ages. Is it SS? Is that the highest rank now? And don't you just throw them in a mana pool, basically? Huh. Yeah, we'll go with whatever that person just said. It sounds like some manifesto they send in to the actual cops after doing some criminal heinous activities. That's what that sounds like to me. I didn't read it all, but that's what it made me think of. Are you confessing to murder on a YouTube live stream? Man, that would be that would be absolutely awful. Let's clear that. Let's get these last positions added here. I want to clear it again because I think I just clicked the wall. Okay, so there's that. And then... Oh, got the block place here. And then the ender chest. There. Nope, lever. Lever. Also, those experience fountains, I don't know if I ever mentioned this in an episode. If you actually stand on them, they work like an XP tap. I don't know if I ever mentioned that. But yeah, they do. And that's actually pretty cool because I didn't think about that, honestly. So Nether Star. 3,000 Nether Stars. Man, that is ridiculous. But how you doing, Myra, whatever your name is? Unless you just came in to say that and then just leave. I mean, you do you, boo-boo. I don't know. Genuinely. Um, okay. Probably place this towards the back since I kind of... Well, actually, I guess I can't place that towards the back, can I? Where am I going to place this? I moved this up a little too much. I guess right there works. Doesn't really matter. That. I kind of wish these item collectors had like a work card type of situation so you could mark an entire area with like a card and then insert it. Like maybe if there's a manual version of this, that would be pretty cool. So that way I could actually kind of figure things out a little bit easier. Okay, so we need to... Can I pull it back any... No, I can't pull it back. So that's why I probably have this set to a specific item group. Okay. Okay, so this was the filter for only attacking the Wither. And then this was pretty decent sword, I think. Yes, Scavenger 3, so not the greatest. Where in the world did that just come from? Did I accidentally just take a potency lens off of one of my mana spreaders? I probably did. Okay, so work card. Yeah, I like, because like this, where I could do a work card, genuinely, would be so much more helpful. Then you're not messing with toggles or anything. I mean, that's basically what the pedestal... I could be using pedestals for this. I didn't even think about that. I could be using the pedestals magnet, but I'm not going to. That is an option. If you probably wanted to avoid item collectors, you could probably do the magnet thing from pedestals. What is that called? Just called the magnet upgrade. And you just need to pipe it out of that pedestal. Not a bad option. That way it would be actually precise. But, I'm alright. XP obelisk. Make sure that's set to 5. Perfect. And then single chunk loader. Guess we can move that down as well. Also, chunk loaders was one of the mods that I did add. I kind of forgot about actually adding this mod in here. But it's because there was no other options. That was the biggest issue I had. There was no other real options for it. Okay, so now we're thinking redstone. So that is on a 4-tick delay. So that is 1, 2. Ooh, why is that got... I don't like that. How do I avoid that? Yeah, pedestals, I enjoy the mod, especially because I've messed around with it quite a bit. But genuinely, it is, I would say, probably one of the more finicky mods out there. Genuinely, I think that's what I would say, because it does have a lot of quirks. And then also, on top of it, you have all of the configs and stuff, the filters and wands and all that, come from Maolib and not actually pedestals. And if you don't know about Maolib, then most likely you won't know about block filters and all that stuff. So yes, it is finicky. It's not that greatly documented. And so that does cause issues. I will agree with that as well, because it does have some issues. But overall, I think it's a really useful mod for what they've done with it. And that's 100% for sure. Okay, so we're doing 4 ticks. Redstone repeater, redstone dust there. Laser IO. We're just going to attempt to put the laser node here. So output, and then we had the connector, because it can only go 8 blocks. See if that's enough. Okay. And let's get under here. I think I'm going to go down at least 2 more blocks, just in case. Okay, where's our center position? Right there. Yeah. I've done a lot with pedestals throughout my series, that's for sure. I would think a lot of it is experimenting, genuinely what works, what doesn't work. Because like the attacker upgrade, for example, the filters for that are kind of confusing. I'll show you here. So if you ever use the attacker upgrade and you don't want to accidentally kill yourself, one of the biggest things is there is the mob filters, but it doesn't tell you where they go. It just kind of think, oh, so I place this inside of it or something. No, it just goes under it. I don't know why it's that way, but all of these go under it. I guess the fan upgrade actually works that way too. But you just put it under. That's what this black terracotta piece is, of course. The black glazed terracotta is just saying, hey, only kill the wither. That's it. And whatever else I think is attached to the black terracotta. So I think there's more than one. Yeah, cave spider and wither. So, you know. Okay, what are we at here? So 2, 12, and 2. I probably want to quickly write that down here. Do I have a normal piece of paper? I don't know if I do. I think I have a notebook somewhere. Where is my notebook? Am I losing my mind? I think I've done diddly lost my mind, ladies and gentlemen. No, it's right beside me. What am I doing? I have lost my mind. Okay. Yeah, a lot of this is genuinely a lot of guesswork. The actual block filters, I learned that in FTB Skies. That was a pretty big one. Learning about pedestals, and then they added the upgrade system, and I was confused all over again. 12, 2, 0. Okay, and then we have monster and greater. Perfect. Okay, and then of course we can take this and put this back down as well. So that was... I didn't even measure this. That's not a good thing. Here, hold on. We can do that again. We still have the top part. That's basically all we need. So that is 10 blocks down. So from here to here is 10 blocks. So I said from here to here proper, right? 10 to 10. So then from here okay, so this is going to start right here. So it was directly under it. Okay. I mean, that's fine. Perfect. So we're looking at... Why do I have another laser node? Where did I grab this from? I have no idea. Whoops. That's okay. Anti-detector. Let's snag this from Cyclic's got some pretty decent stuff. I'm not gonna lie, it does. The only issue I have with Cyclic is that it's not really that well done. I mean, it's done pretty decently, just not always consistent. There's some very questionable mechanics in Cyclic that I don't fully enjoy. I'll say that. So, okay, so we're going 12, 2, 12, 2, 0, monster, preview. See, like, the preview for this is still broken. So it doesn't even matter. But that should work. And we'll give this a test run, too, so I'm not too worried. So repeater. And then... laser node. Laser card. Okay. Yeah, and anytime, like, my biggest thing is if people have questions, ask them in the comments. I do not mind answering questions. You know, I know some people are like, man, you go too fast on certain things and slow on others. And I'm like, yeah, but it's just ask questions. Genuinely, I am here to answer as many questions as possible. And it looks like this soul sand chest is not actually containing soul sand. That is an issue. How much soul sand do we have in here? 4 pieces. Okay, did I not set up a soul sand chest back when I moved all this stuff? Soul sand chest. Should be downstairs. I did not, it looks like. But I set up the wither skeleton skulls. Ender chest. So that was top red. I believe. How are we gonna do this? Actually, I think what we can do is we can circumvent this just a little bit. Just grab an export bus, right? Export bus. It really is. That is like that's one of my biggest issues. Is like sometimes I'm like, man, I should just speed through this. But it's just like I found that kind of content style of just like speeding through certain things, I would say like 10-15 minute videos is painful because I'm like, man, it just doesn't seem as enjoyable to just rush through things. I know there's people out there that enjoy that kind of content style, but it's just I don't like it. It's like people that get done in mod packs in 20 episodes. I've never liked that. It's like I don't know if they've found it enjoyable because they just sped through it or what. Oh, I probably need to set the filter for this, don't I? Okay, so that should be set up. And it's like I know somebody actually commented about how the mob killing box, how they didn't understand it. They didn't tell me what they didn't understand. Like, was it the entire thing? Was there portions of it? And it's just like, I think the thing with the mob, with the wither kill box, is it's not that complicated, really, because you've just got one piece of logic, really, is that this entity detector. So yeah. Well, and it's like the refined storage. The reason I didn't go with it this go around is because it's been iffy. Whether it be because functional storage or not, I'm not 100% sure. I've never really tested it that much, but it's because I would have to in FTB Skies, I would have to go take out the cable that runs from my functional storage drawers, controller and all that, and I would have to take that every time I log back in. And so that caused issues where I was just like, hey, let's get right into the video. And then I was like, oh, wait, I just logged in. I need to actually get that disabled and then re-enable it. And it was always a pain. And so I applied Energistics is where I'm going for most of it until I can verify that it's fixed, which I have never done. So, we're still waiting. Okay, so we should be golden. Hopefully. I can see that is fired. A zombie just... the heck? Kind of threw me off a little bit there. Also, this is finally working. The mob muffler. So that's awesome. Ooh, why are you not placing blocks? that is one thing I did notice, and that was a mistake because I forgot to set that. That these skulls will get placed funkily if there's no block below them. I've never fixed it. That's why I have a delay in between. So yeah, I think I tried it in another pack and it was the exact same way. So that's why I'm using applied. The biggest thing with applied AE2 really is if you don't like channels, go into the config and disable them, because applied energistics, honestly, in a lot of aspects is better than refined storage, but not in every aspect, right? Because of course the quantum bridge, that sucks. I don't like how that's doing, how that is. I do like how they finally have the, you know, wireless transmitter stuff set up across dimensions with the quantum bridge. That is pretty cool. But overall, the block breaking with AE2 is not as great. And I think that's really it. I mean, the cells, it's kind of iffy on those. The disk drives and all that stuff, that's a little iffy. But overall, I think that kind of having a mix between, I've done that occasionally, and that's okay to do. Looks like we're gonna lose a piece of soul sand there, but that's okay. Because I've done that where I've actually set up Britannia that way. I've actually set it up to where I used refined storage with an AE2 system to actually automate Britannia, Living Rock, and all of that stuff. So that is something you can think about, right? There's not just one spot for a storage system. And I think that's a pretty cool thing to think about, because you can actually export a lot of stuff into chests using refined storage after it's been broken. It's like a storage bus, and then you bus it back into your system, and you're done, right? It's just something to think about. So, you know, I genuinely love looking at like the mega cells and stuff, like all of this. These are pretty cool, of course, because you have applied botanics. You don't have a refined storage way of doing that. There's like the applied cooking, all that stuff as well. So definitely some pretty cool things to look at. And, you know, yeah. Well, and it's just like that has been my pain point in this series. I think I've redone my AE2 system 3 times now. Refined storage, probably wouldn't have done it once. You know? I think... yeah, I wouldn't have done it once because reborn storage is in here. So yeah, I wouldn't have had a problem with any of it. Reborn storage is such a fantastic thing. Is that not cutting trees down? Properly, at least? It's not. Okay, I messed up. I will have to fix that. But I think what I did is let's see, are those planting? Are they planting on the edge? No, they're not. What did I do? I'll fix it later. Honestly, I don't even care. It'll cut down enough trees. But yeah, I really feel like the biggest issue with the kind of those mods is it's either one or the other. And then if you play with AE2 enough, you're most likely going to get stuck in the way of how you've always done it. So if you you know, are somebody that makes a massive controller in the center of your base, it's going to be interesting. Yes, AE1, it was. It was a very big part of it, I believe. And if it wasn't, then I think, yeah, it had to have been AE1. Honestly, if we want to talk about a superior mod, AE1 is just, man, that mod, I loved that mod back in the day. That was the good stuff. That was for sure. It's like, I think that's one of the problems with refined storage that I have is the actual crafters. These things suck because they're so limited. I don't know. Do we have the other crafters in here? The ones from another add-on? Don't look like we have the iron crafters or anything. But, like, those, honestly, that is the worst part about refined storage, in my opinion, is the crafters. Because they're so limited. And there's no way to expand them. It's just like, I think that's a problem with AE2 as well, is their pattern storage. Yeah. And I think the biggest thing with AE1 was it was completely and utterly unique. I don't think before then we really had anything else besides iron chests. I don't think so, at least. I mean, Buildcraft's logistical pipes. I guess you could say you could technically build a system using those. Yeah, I mean, that's... Man, that throws me back. Buildcraft. I think the last version of that's 1.12. Oh, the good old days, right? I feel like one of the problems with, like, Buildcraft and IC2 is they technically are on a more recent version, but they don't keep up. But I think if they did, it would be a little bit better, but oh well. Oh, maybe. I definitely I really feel like if any mods were to come back, I would love to see actually additions. I don't know if you remember that mod too well, but that was a fantastic mod. I think it did some pretty unique things overall. I feel like I would think, oh, what else? What other kind of mods? Let me see. I mean, besides like IC2, Equivalent Exchange. I would love to see that mod come back. The original Equivalent Exchange 2. That I know Project E exists, but Project E sucks. I've never enjoyed it because it always feels wrong, in some capacity. Like the mechanics just don't work right, and it just feels weird. I don't know if I'm the only one that's ever experienced that, but it just doesn't feel like it should. It feels very buggy at times, especially with how much like pipes and stuff there are that are not like Buildcraft pipes. Because remember, that was Project Red transportation back in the day with the like brass pipes or the pressurized tubes or whatever they were called. That was what they had back in those days, so they worked perfectly fine with EE2. But whenever Project E came out, it feels like there wasn't enough done with it to actually make up for that lack. I think that's kind of where my issue lies. I'm not sure though. Genuinely, I'm unsure. That makes me feel older. Yeah. I think they technically are still working on that mod. It's never been really heard from in I think over a year or two now. But hey, if Ender.io can come back, you know, we can have faith that some other mods might come back. Man, this is a mess. This area, I kind of keep trying to avoid looking at this because genuinely, it is so damn ugly. Uh, I think it's because all the sprinklers. Oh goodness. But yeah, I feel like um they're there was a lot of love put behind a lot of the other mods because it was just something you could tell people put passion projects down, right? They submitted passion projects. I'll say that, and it's just like, but after a while, um, after all the updates and things that changed, genuinely, it feels like a slap in the face in a sense because at the end of the day, there is a real lack of support from Mojang, right? Genuinely, I've even my smaller mods, right? My night vision, affinity, all of that stuff. Um, Ooh, that actually might be a good idea. Hyper boxes. Probably put some of this I keep saying Ad Astra, Ars Nouveau stuff away because I probably won't use this again. I don't know. I might. Who knows? But yeah, I feel like it's harder to do a lot of things because I think from 1.18 to 1.19, I basically had to rewrite all of my enchantment mods, which basically I rewrote one and then copied it to the newer versions with the effects and stuff that were changed. But it's a pain, and I feel like we've created the FE, right, the FE system, which honestly I think made mods stupider in the way of not having their own power systems, and that kind of broke in like the idea of being innovative, right? Because you have to think Buildcraft had its own power, IC2 had its own power, um, you know, Thermal had its own power back in that time, Ender.io, but um, they were all still somewhat compatible, whether it be with like bridges, like energy bridges, which I know other people made, which would convert to a ratio that you could configure, and that was always so cool to me. Like having Buildcraft, having to use their engines, and then swapping to IC2. But then it's like I tried to play Tekkit 2, which I believe I only played a few episodes of that, I think, on the channel. And genuinely, it just felt tedious because the way they tried to do it was they basically removed every normal source of power generation and forced you to use IC2s. But IC2s kind of sucked because you'd have to build a new bridge for energy because there's no universal pipes. And it's like that does not seem fun at all because at the end of the day, I'm so used to it being, hey, I have power. Let's just throw thermal generators out there. Yeah, I honestly I enjoy making full out power systems. You know, refining the fuel and stuff for Buildcraft back in the day. That was genuinely fun. But it's like now I'm so spoiled by FE. It's kind of hard to switch over. But then you basically have that kind of that element in Fabric actually, because you have modern industrialization, which has its own power systems, um, and Tech Reborn, and also Industrial Revolution. But Industrial Revolution is like RFFE because it can use power, which is also Fabric ported. So yeah, but yeah, I do make mods. I don't have that many of them. I think, hold on, let me just. But my mods are tiny, and the biggest reason for that is because there's no need for them to be massive. See if I can actually find. I think that'll work. Just throw that in the link in the chat there. But it's just like I feel like one of my things is I've made a lot more enchanted books mods than anything, but that is because I feel like I always hate downloading enchanted book packs because then it just bloats the world, bloats the enchanting system just a wee bit. So being able to choose a handful is always a good thing. Hey, Tech, quite a bit. How long have I been going? About 2 hours. I'm going for a little bit longer. We're still kind of cleaning up a little bit here. I think the enchantment hut. I think I'm gonna take this away. I genuinely have not. I'm going to basically refuse to use apotheosis, enchant systems Because honestly, I've done it so many times. I feel like I've gotten tired of it. Yes, they've updated it. They have deep dark stuff now integrated, and I couldn't care. I know I was probably gonna get into it, then I was like, man, I just don't want to go through it every single time. Like if I have to, because I think All the Mods 9 is doing that too. Yeah, and I mean, I haven't really done too much. A lot of it has been cleanup. I think we've kind of changed up a system or two, but yeah, I've just been cruising, talking about old mods, making myself feel old. My back, no, just, but yeah, I feel like Apotheosis is one of those. I don't know why, but Apotheosis feels more taxing than like Refined Storage and stuff. Yeah. And I just burnout, man. That's the problem. Is I don't want to get burned out by just jumping into Apotheosis, because now I think they expect you to have certain, like basically more than one enchanting table. And first off, I don't like that. I want to have one enchanting table and move on with my day. And that's it. It's been and I don't think I've actually ever stepped inside of this building actually on camera, so that's something. Because I legitimately tried to make an episode, and I could feel the pain in my voice, you know? I could just hear it. I was like, alright, never mind. We'll figure out something else. That happens, actually. That happens more than it should sometimes. Where it's like, I'll miss a upload, because I'm like, man, this episode absolutely was garbage. I've done that more than a handful of times, I think. So that's a thing. And then I'll say I lost the footage, because genuinely, it goes in the trash after. So, you know, there's lost episodes. That is for sure on this channel. And I will not subject you to them. Yeah, I've done the dimensional mineshaft stuff before with occultism. That's kind of why I was trying to pivot towards Botania's. But of course, Botania's is not robust enough to really keep up. I would have to do a lot more to get that going. Genuinely, I would have to probably do, probably 16 flowers in total, maybe. But 90% of that would be coal. Actually, 88.8, I think. I think that was the percentage. 57. What was 88.8? I think it was nether quartz. Yeah. That's why I tried the runic altar automation, which doesn't fully function like it should, but it worked enough to get me all the runes that I needed, so I didn't have to handcraft them. Which, honestly, I'm fine with. I didn't have to handcraft all of them. And doing the dye farm saved me because I didn't have to go get a whole bunch of flowers. You just do floral fertilizer. That's why I did the red dye, just because I knew it was going to take up some time to get the fertilizer stuff. But I feel like it's been... I'll say this. The modern Minecraft scene, with, you know, just all of the mods, there's nothing's changing. I'm going to be honest. There's not a lot of different, right? It's a lot of the same. Or it's, hey, we've cut an old mod back in 1.20. It hasn't changed a lick since then, but hey. Or since 1.12, you know, like, or 1.7, Ender.io. It's just like, it doesn't... I don't even think all of Ender.io is ported. Genuinely, I feel like it's not all there. And that's an issue. Because it just doesn't feel complete. but maybe it's because I'm missing something. Maybe I'm just not used to it anymore. But there's not a lot of things that are new. I know Direwolf20 tried to add like transportation, modular golems, all of that stuff, but genuinely, I don't see a lot of use for them. I haven't really looked at transportation or rats. I probably will in the future, just because, you know, I'm probably going to take a look at quite a few mods, just never use them again. But it's not great of an idea. I don't know. I feel like it's a good idea, especially if you wanted to try and force yourself to it. But it's like doing daily uploads. It's a lot harder to actually get into looking at a mod, just because then it's like, man, I have to take the time to research this, make sure I'm actually knowing what I'm doing. And that's my issue. It's like, hey, I could do this really familiar mod, or it's like, yeah, I'm going to go with the familiar 9 times out of 10. I know productive bees. I'm going to get into that, I think, Monday's episode, which is going to be new territory. So that'll be fun. So we're going to be messing up a crap ton. I don't doubt it. And I think it's going to be interesting. I was actually going to get into productive bees a long time ago, but, you know, I don't think I've ever mentioned that. There's actually a honeycomb, or beehives back here. They've been here for quite a long time. I've actually never automated them either. But, you know. Yeah. That's the thing. Is like, it would be useful if it was kind of explained on what it really was. I understand it's a transportation mod. And maybe we'll come up with some use for it. But we'll see. Yeah. And I think my biggest plan for it is to kind of get those, not really the things that I can get from the Britannia stuff for now. I know I still need it because it's not great generation, right? I need more diamonds and stuff, but I can focus on the other materials, uranium, tin, aluminum, whatever I need, and get it that way, rather than you know, looking at industrial foregoing or what other options? Dimensional mine shafts. I don't honestly. What other ore options do we have? Just like uranium. Uranium, if I can spell. Kind of just those. So there's no actual option for industrial foregoing on this, is there? It's probably not meant to be that way. But yeah, dimensional mine shaft, huh? Oh, there is. Okay, it's just the raw variation. I forget. 20% productive? Okay. I know I want to try with the bees to actually do industrial foregoing souls. Kind of curious if that would break something. Or if that would even work. Also, my other question is, could we put them in the mining dimension? Because it's eternally day. It does rain, but it is eternal day. Ooh, you could speed up the mining lasers with industrial foregoing souls, couldn't you? Or the dimensional mine shafts. Huh. I could break things. Genuinely, if I had the time, I could break a whole lot of things. Dimensional mine shaft plus industrial foregoing souls. That would actually be kind of intriguing. If I could set it up to where I had it previously, I think I could technically like do that. But yeah, I don't know how much I want to break that. I mean, as long as there's no tag on it, right? The industrial foregoings prevention tag, then you should be golden to technically do that if you wanted to. You just have to make sure that you're able to keep up with the durability on the actual thing, right? I think that's the only thing I can think of. Yes. On breaking 3, which I mean, you have Ender IO. If you don't do Apotheosis, you have Ender IO to make books. And you could combine these, I think, to make a higher tier, can't you? So you could technically make a higher tier on breaking. I'm pretty sure. You know what? Let's give it a test. We'll have a little look-see-poo real quick. Hold on. Apotheosis has to add that, don't they? Okay, I'm gonna go steal some books real quick. We're doing some testing. Books should be over here. So book and quill, 1. Let's just grab 2, 3, 4. Obsidian and lapis. I have 300 levels on me, so this shouldn't be that hard to test. So this, plus that, plus some more lapis. I'm breaking 4. I'm breaking 4. I'm breaking 5. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's probably as high as you can go naturally. As long as you have a decent enough generation of XP, you technically could do this repetitively. Oh, actually 6. Just 6. Why not? There you go. Oh my goodness. Okay. That plus souls might work. I don't know if I want to try and go higher than that, but on breaking 6, that is definitely not a bad thing. And that's all done just using Ender IO, right? I mean, Apotheosis enchantment system, but Ender IO by getting the books. So, there's an option. Genuinely a good option, too, I would think. Yes, definitely. And you may be able to go higher if you had Apotheosis Enchanting. So I'm pretty sure you could get up to 7, in all honesty. But that is a lot of books. If you had the library from Library of Alexandria or whatever from Apotheosis, you could probably grab the books without using XP pretty quickly. Because I probably have a handful of Unbreaking books. Let's see. Unbreaking Minecraft. Because there should be a percentage, right? Oh, get out of here, fandom. Stupid thing. So that, genuinely, I mean, that's a pretty decent chunk. Because that's 100. 6 plus 1%. What is that? That is... I don't think that's 17%. Is my math not mathing right now? About 15%? Actually? 15? Maybe 10 to 15%? Durability reduction? Yeah, I mean, that's not terrible. And if you could get to 7, I mean... That's... I don't think that's right. Or is... Because that's what it's telling me on the wiki. Well, according to the wiki, it says that, like, each tier technically gives you 100%. Okay, so basically 600% better of a tool, I would think. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, so 600%. You basically have a very, very good tool. And I'm curious, there is unusing in here. Using. It's like something that prevents you from actually breaking stuff. I can't remember what it's called at the moment. I don't know. But there's something in here that prevents things from breaking after its durability runs out. You know what? I'm very hesitant to do this, but I'm kind of curious. I've intrigued myself too much. I must know. Can we go higher? I'm very curious. I have to know this. Like, if I didn't have an enchanting table from Apotheosis, could I go higher? Okay, yeah, maybe I'm thinking of that pack. I must know. And breaking 7! Haha! I really don't know how much you can go with on breaking, but apparently I could keep going. That's 700%. Yeah, I think you would be fine if you just went ahead and did a whole bunch of unbreaking. What is the Stellas? Oh, these things? What I would recommend is the Diamond Anvil. Repair using energy. I've done that before. And you can filter using pipes when the durability is low enough. It is fantastic. That plus unbreaking. Okay, so I think that's a pretty decent chunk of stuff cleared out, right? I think. We've definitely got a little bit more space. I probably need to get the sugarcane stuff back up and going, don't I, though? Probably not a bad idea. Still falling from the heavens. And that is such a ridiculous amount of sugarcane. Where do we want to place this? Honestly, down here, probably. Kind of where I had it was over here, though. We got a nice little spot. We could place it right here. Kind of out of the way. I think that there's a pretty decent option with Apotheosis if you were to get to the enchantment stuff. You could definitely break some things with that, I believe. But I think occultism's something that I'm probably not going to look at in this pack, genuinely, because I've messed with it so much. I haven't gotten too far into it, but in the recent times, but I don't. Yes. See, and that is fantastic. But I'm pretty sure those even higher on breaking. I'm pretty sure I have a tool in here that has higher on breaking, don't I? It should just be towards the bottom. Blast protection. I think the only other question that I have is, can you put that in Apotheosis stuff together? You know what? Hold on. Real quick. We are testing. We're testing something. I do this every once in a while. Since I'm not into occultism right now, well, definitely, I want to check something. And this is probably not possible. I would count it very highly unlikely. Very, very highly unlikely. Oh, I was experimenting with metal golems. If you want to know how to put armor on a metal golem, shift right click with the commander wand. Or command wand. And it'll actually open up a GUI where you can put all the armor. And also curio slots. If you wanted to make a golem have backpacks, you can have him have backpacks. You can't open the backpack, but you can give him backpacks. Just so you're aware. Anyway, lamp. Is that what it's called? What is it called? Just called Mineshaft, ain't it? Yep. Is it not going to show up here? I'll just call it Master. There we go. Dimensional. Actually, I just want Apotheosis, right? So, Godforged Pearls. Let's grab a stack of those. Gem Dust. And a reforging table. Okay. I cannot do that. I'm just curious. Doesn't hurt to be curious sometimes. I don't think they really do. I mean, because isn't this the... No, this is the debug one. Hold on. This is the first tier. Isn't it? The minor foliot? I mean, I think the thing with this is your biggest thing is probably getting like stone, netherrack, other stone, clay maybe. But most of this stuff could genuinely be gotten with pedestals much easier than doing that. So yeah, like here's the andesite, diorite. All of this can be generated with pedestals. Granite, even endstone, I believe, can be generated. Yeah, per block. Yeah. I don't know if those are accurate, though. Yeah, it is. Okay, so it is accurate. So you're guaranteed to, or more guaranteed to get those kind of blocks. So there's 11 pages. I wouldn't say it's really that worth it looked like to me. Huh. I'm sad I can't put this in here. Oh well, I tried. That's what I wanted to test. See if I could throw that in there. I can't. I was curious. Could you imagine? Could you imagine putting some apotheosis enchants on that crap? Oh, that would be so broken. Oh, so absolutely broken. Okay, back to what we were doing, which is sugarcane farm. So we are gonna grab smooth stone. Sounds good. And we're gonna place, I think, a wall right here, right? Or is the the observers? No, the piston's here on the top of this block. I think I did place glass on this previously. But we're just going to place glass on the front instead this time. I hope my mic's not too far away. I am kind of far away from my mic for some reason, but that's okay. Okay. And then observers. Yes, exactly. That's kind of what I was thinking. Is especially if you were able to do stuff like that, it would be absolutely ridiculous. I think this is how it's supposed to work. No, this is the wrong positioning. Hold on. I am placing them wrong. Give me a second. I'll fix it. It's actually observers on the top layer, pistons on the second layer. But I mean, it's just like this sword, right? This thing does 93 damage, and I put apotheosis on it. And it's also not the god tier apotheosis either. So, you know. That's kind of terrifying to think about, isn't it? The fact that this sword does 93 damage and it's not even, like, fully decked out with apotheosis. Why do you keep placing that direction? But the thing is, though, is the sword does require, what is that? 20 Ender Dragons, 30 Withers, 10 Warden kills. And if you're anything like me, you just automate those and sit there and watch them die repetitively until you have all the heart canisters you could ever need. Which is exactly what I did. With no regrets either, because genuinely, I was not waiting. I mean, I AFK'd, but I was not gonna just sit there and kill dozens and dozens of those creatures over and over again. Automation for the win, right? Yeah, I honestly, the wither was the first thing I ever automated, I think. Like, in this scale of being semi-automatic, I believe. And then I fully automated it later down the line. I don't know why I'm covering this up like this. Kind of making it look a little prettier than what it used to by making it dull gray. Haha! Definitely looks a little nicer than the tough blocks that I had, though, doesn't it? I could say that for a fact. Where did those ender chests that I had go? Am I losing my mind? Probably. Exactly. I mean, it definitely doesn't look as ugly. That is for sure than what it was. And it's also out of the way now, so I won't have to say it. All that matters to me is that it functions. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the stuff, if it functions, I probably will forget about it and move on with my day. But the being contained part actually is a good thing, because then I won't have to worry about what do you call it? I won't have to worry about the other parts of this flying out. The sugarcane actually flying out. So that was 267. Should cover the whole farm. Okay. So there's that. Sugarcane farm done. Create tree farm. I think it sorted itself out there for a second. Singularities, that's just an eyesore. That's going to stay. The wither kill box is done. Pedestal upgrade things pushed over here. Oh, this whole thing. I really don't want to move this bread machine. Yeah, this is the bread machine, right? Because this is the thing that makes all the bacon sandwiches. How are we doing on bacon sandwiches, by the way? Pretty decently? Why don't we just have a crap ton more in our backpacks? Perfect. That way I don't forget to fill it later. Okay. The problem is, though, is I can't really move this blood magic stuff. This stuff is excessively complicated for some reason with the souls and all that crap. This was a good idea, though. This blood magic mob counter thing, where it counts how many mobs are actually inside here, and it turns it on and off. What in the world? Did a Drigme just spawn here? Interesting. I need one large box, though. And this is the this one's the problem. I don't care about the other one. This is the problem. Because it's got 2 wardens. Oh, is that not actually even on there? Huh. Maybe I updated and it broke it a little bit. He's dancing. Look at him go. Look at him go. He's the life source for my life network, actually. I chose a non-destructive creature. And with this, we can just Ah, pretty. Nothing's here. Fantastic. I probably should make a way in there so I don't forget. that it's actually here. Let me do that real quick before I actually do forget that it's here. Elevator. Green dye. Can I make some of that real quick? Perfect. Oh, I have to use it, don't I? Yeah, just like that. Elevator. Lantern. Perfect. Okay. Cleaned up that eyesore, right? Out of sight, out of mind. I really need to figure out unuglifying this. But these are just 9x9s, and I haven't moved. I said I wasn't going to keep them, so I probably won't. I might think about changing the top of this, because the bottom isn't that bad, because I've been working on it. It's not done, but it's there-ish. I probably will never get finished with a single base in my lifetime. I don't think I've ever finished a single base ever in modded Minecraft. Hey, this is actually caught up. Awesome. Until I start using silicone, that is. Which, speaking of silicone, where is my entangled binder? I have, and I'm honestly kind of surprised that we got that much done. I think we definitely need to get mechanism automated. That is probably a good idea in the future, because I still haven't done that. I know I'm not going towards reactors or antimatter or anything like that in mechanism, honestly, because it's just I've never have enjoyed doing that, because it's just tedious as can be for no reason whatsoever. So, you know, I probably should move the Botania stuff. The runic altar is the only problem with that. And the orchids. Man, I love making problems where I can't actually move things. Do we want to try and crash the world again? We could try that. You know what? Let's do it. Hold on. Let me do this. If you don't know what I mean, then you probably have not watched yesterday's episode. Yes, it's interesting to do it once, but after that, I don't understand making it. Let's back this up real quick. And we're going to try and crash the world. We're about 3 hours in, so we're close to wrapping this up anyway. If you don't know what I mean by crashing the world, we're going to attempt to do P2P with mana. One more time. And hopefully not break it. And I did it this way because I don't have cheats on, so I don't think I can actually do backups properly. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I could probably look at trying to do a backup like through FTB, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I did it last time this way, I think, and we'll go with it. How do I do a backup in game? I never thought of that. Hey, just like that. Oh, man. I think I overcomplicate it because I know it's FTB backups and stuff. But, yeah, so backups / start. Or / backups start. Okay. I'm excited for this because I'm not. This is genuinely going to corrupt the world if it doesn't work again. Did that... Is it starting it? Is it going to complete it? I don't know. Okay, we're sending it. So what I did... Oh, there it goes. Okay. how to automate P2P tunnels with mana. This is dangerous. I'm honestly kind of scared. Let's grab some cables. So, if I can remember, so we could technically do it this way, right? So the ME cable has a P2P tunnel on top with a spark, and we're going to remove this spark right here. We're going to take this one out, and we're going to put a dominant spark augment in this, okay? And we're going to then grab our memory card to say this is your input, this is your output, okay? And what happens, I think, is if we put a spark here... Oh, I'm scared. Mana, diamond, ingot, mana steel ingot, and a mana pearl. You guys ready? Let's turn my magnet off. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, is it actually functioning? Oh my. It didn't crash. But this is technically how you're supposed to do it with the mana P2P. Is this the best? Is this the best way to do it? Probably not. There's definitely better ways to do this. The way I had it probably is the best option because you're not sending it through. But that is something you could do. Cool. So if you guys didn't know how to do applied botanics, there's a little bit of knowledge. The other way you can do this, and I guess we could show that too, since we know this kind of didn't crash on us. We'll see if we can get it to crash on us on this time here. Is with a mana pool, we're just going to use... I'm going to actually go over... Where is a mana pool that I can just kind of steal? Do I not have one sitting around? Okay, so this is a Fluix mana pool. I was kind of hoping I could just steal one, but I don't have one just sitting around, so... Grab an interface, grab a Fluix mana pool, and the other way they say that you can do this is if you had a mana spreader. So we're going to take... Actually, I guess I need that cable there still, don't I? We can take a mana P2P and a spreader. So we can just take an elven one. Can I upgrade this by any chance? Okay. And can I grab a potency lens? Just to make this a little bit faster, because I'm pretty sure this might make it faster. This potency lens, and then bind to here. Perfect. So now we can grab a mana. Oh, actually, hold on. Keycard this, right? Just kind of relink those together. And then mana diamond, mana steel, and mana pearl. So you can see that this is actually firing into the P2P tunnel. So this is actually how you automate, or how you use it the second way. So either a dominant spark or firing into it. Which is pretty cool. This is actually something I came across in a Reddit post. I think that was about 4 years old. I scrolled through for quite a while to find a comment from the actual mod author talking about how to do this. I could not find this actually on the mod page. Just so you guys are aware. There's actually no videos about it either. I found one French dude that was like, I can't figure it out. I'm just going to do it this way. And so, yeah. Interesting, though. Of course, I think the way I had it, mana pool, spark, that's all you're going to need. You don't need to go crazy with this, I don't think. There we go. Terra Steel. It's definitely not as convenient as I think it should be. I feel like you should just be able to use mana out of your system, but it doesn't work that way for some reason. So yeah. I think that was a good point. I guess I have no idea why I crashed it. Genuinely, no idea how I crashed it then. There was no crash logs. It just closed the entire game and then corrupted the world. So, you know, awesome. Awesome, awesome. All right, let's get this stuff out of here. Let's grab our sparks back so we can just put one here, and that is fantastic. Pretty sure one of these doesn't have a potency lens on it. There we go. All right, but I think that's going to do it for me today. I think we're going to get off here because it is 3 o'clock, 3 a.m. where I am. So I probably need to get to bed. But thank you guys so much for watching. This has been a blast. I genuinely have enjoyed this stream. Thank you for stopping by, Evan. It has been great to talk to you. And I am glad the game did not crash. Also, I hope you get a chance to look at my mods. Shameless plug. That's all I got. But yeah, thank you. Stay awesome. Can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. See you, Tech.